Hi, my name is Barney Betka. I live here in Mount Pleasant. Love to play music. I love to play. Yeah, that's my one of my many mental health resources or things I do to keep my sanity. So my music career actually is pretty interesting because I actually came to Central years ago to study classical trumpet. Like a lot of young men and women, you have an idea what you want to do musically. And I want to play drums. That's what I want. And my folks basically said, that's not going to happen. So my dad had an old trumpet up in the attic, and he said, if you're going to do anything, this is what you're going to do. And I said, okay. So I started to play trumpet. And I'm one of those guys, if I give myself to something, I want to be better than average at it. So I did really well, competed all through high school musically, won a bunch of medals and competitions, and ended up auditioning here at CMU and got into the the symphony and the bands that freshmen usually can't get into. So I had a pretty good run. I was in the marching chips. That was a rush, marching out in front of the big stadium. Got kind of disillusioned with the whole music scene. It was extremely competitive. For you to succeed in that world, in a lot of the music setting, you have to hope other people do poorly, and I just didn't like it at all. I had a couple friends that were playing, and we were competing for similar slots in one of the symphonies. And I had a good day. This guy had a bad day, and he didn't get in. I got in, and it was I didn't enjoy that part of the deal. So I actually took a year off of school, kind of wandered around, bought a guitar before I took a year off, and basically taught myself how to play. So I've had some friends that are extremely good musicians who try to make it in the music scene, and they spend the majority of their 20s and 30s trying to pursue this passion that they have, which is great, but end up maybe not being able to really make it. There's a line in Nashville, what's the favorite line of a guitar player? It's like, well, do you want fries with that? Because there's so many just smoking musicians in the world, and they congregate in those areas. So the work it's tough. It's interesting. I have a job that I do pretty well. Took a lot of time to get there. Graduate school, a lot of years. All you people in school, there is life after school. I'm a nurse anesthetist, so hopefully you'll never have to see me in the real world. You're looking up at me, I put you off to sleep, keep you alive during surgery. That's what I do. For some people, living in the van or living from one meal to the next, if that's making it and they love to do it, that's great. But for me, I didn't see it working out that way. Got married, had to do that responsible adult thing, started to have kids, and which has been great. My whole family's musical. Actually, my daughter came out and joined me the other night. She's going to play the voice. My son, he's a great musician. My wife, she doesn't think she has a voice, but she can sing too. So there's a lot of music in the house. But yeah, it is a passion of mine, and my work really does allow me to make a steady income to be able to do the things I want to do. But the guitar, it's an interesting beast. If you see me play, you can kind of see I'm a frustrated percussionist, because I kind of do beat on my instrument just a little bit. I have a gentleman that had built a guitar for me, and he kind of teases me. His name's Bill Wise. He's a great guitar builder. And he kind of says I'm his stress tester for his instruments. So I bang the crap out of him.
Thanks a lot.
The thing with Ian, I'm one of those guys, I don't believe really in coincidence. I don't believe that you and I met just for no reason. I had a day off from work and I just decided, well, I'm going to go down to Dream of Coffee and see if anybody, if they allow music to come in. And I wandered in the place just at a whim. These things happen with all of us. There's these little voices, if you want to call them that speak to you. And sometimes you listen, sometimes you don't. And I just felt like I was supposed to go in and check the place out, walked in, and this guy standing there was really nice. We get chatting a little bit, and then I kind of turned from him and looked to the front counter, and one of the, what is it? How do you say it? Barista? One of the guys back there making coffees. I said, is there anybody here that I can talk to about, maybe doing some live performances? And Ian had just basically walked around the counter at that time, and the guy said, well, Ian here's like the new music coordinator and Dreamer. So it was just one of those cool moments, I think an appointed thing, if you want to call it that. And we just kind of hit it off. We started talking, and Ian basically, he was putting a project together. He's got a new album coming out. He was having a night when he was gonna just have some musicians come out. And he said, would you want to come out and play? And I said, yeah. So it just kind of evolved from there. He heard me play a little bit. Then I did a open mic night a week or two after that. And then he told me he had a 3-hour slot down at the tap room, and he asked me if I wanted to play. He was extremely generous. I mean, he gave me the sweet spot of the night. He'd let me have an hour. And I've been around a lot of musicians for a lot of years, and we all start at different places. And I've actually been pretty critical of artists in the past, only to see them hook up with these major bands in the United States because they had the passion to work harder than me, basically, to get to that place. And I see Ian as one of those guys. He's young, he's got a lot of talent, he's got a lot of drive. So I'm thinking this probably isn't the last you're going to see that gentleman. So he's a good soul, man. He's got a good heart. So that's Ian. Rachel, my daughter Rachel, she, as a parent, some of you people watching this, when you come to that place in your life where you start to have children, there's an interesting responsibility that comes your way. You start to wonder, you really don't know how your kids are going to end up. You really don't. So, Rachel and my son Mike, they're both just great human beings. Rachel's one of those people in my life that, she's my daughter, but if she wasn't my daughter, I just want to hang out with her. She's just fun to be around. She's a great human being. Actually, she was involved with the high school choir here in town, and that was a few years back. They actually were good enough. They went out to Carnegie Hall, and so that's a big deal. She can say she did Carnegie Hall. I've never done Carnegie Hall, and I've seen her through the years just mature. She hasn't had a chance to sing much lately, so I'm just excited to get her back into singing. And being out on stage with her it's hard to express. It's just fun. She's got a great voice. And, we're looking forward to doing a lot more stuff together. So, my son, I got to tell you a little bit about my son. My wife and I had a son years ago, born with Down syndrome, and if you met Mike, he would change your whole world. And he's changed a lot of people that have met him. He started out just banging on small drum kits, and ended up finding him a big kit. He's got an electronic kit now, and he just plays. And I'm a little biased, but he's got good meter. He loves to dance. I don't know. He's an amazing guy. So I wish you got to interview him next time, man. The thing about music, I think the thing I love the most about it is that it crosses every line you can imagine. Cultural, political, sexual. It's just, it speaks to your soul in a way that nothing else can. And I met a couple guys the other night playing. I've never met them before, and we just connected. They're musicians, and it's a supernatural thing. It is, and I don't know how people could deny that. When you hear a song and you get chills or you're brought to tears. I mean, what? It's deeply spiritually, emotionally engaging. I have a passion for this God who loves me. I don't think you have to necessarily preach it in your music. I'm not here to fix you. I'm here to love you, encourage you. 20 years ago, I could have fixed you maybe because I had everything all figured out. I don't have stuff figured out quite so much anymore. Life's like that, and that's okay. We evolve, if you want to call it that. And it's good. Sometimes you need to challenge your beliefs and look at it and say, I was just wrong. That's a hard thing to do. So, but it's healthy. We need to do that. Look in the mirror once in a while instead of judging everybody else around us. Say, dude, why don't you just take care of your own little world and just love on some people. That's what I want to do with my music. I just want to somehow move people and help people. Life's tough, man. It can be really hard. And to be able to get away for a moment with a song or a moment where you get away with some friends and have some good laughter and maybe a tear or two from some music, if I can do that, that's a good thing. So, I think most musicians want to have people feel and emote something from their music. Otherwise, why would you do it? I just hope to connect with people on some different plane, if you want to call it that, some supernatural, spiritual thing, not to get weird. I don't know. Music is deep. It's deep stuff. It's one of those things you can't describe it. You can't figure it out. You don't know why that song just moves you. One of your friends said that's just crazy. I've listened to music and just been in tears. A song can do that. So if I ever write a song that does that for people, that'd be cool. I'm hoping that my music will move. I guess that's what I hope. If it does, I don't know.